It's your boy Fist in his house, bringing you a great edition of Halo 4 from me to you, because that's what I do. And this game was, man, I tell you, I was on the fence about this game. I was on the fence about it. I said that it was going to fail. You know, I'm the first one to admit it when I'm wrong. You know, because I thought that it was just going to be the same old Halo, and it was going to be pretty bad, and, you know, and I really didn't play the other Halos, and I couldn't get into the other Halos because I just wasn't feeling them. But I think what really turned it around for me was watching T-Squared play on GameSpot's playthrough for multiplayer. They were playing, and he was, you know, he was explaining the game. He was explaining the mechanics. He was explaining how do you do this, like shoot punch and shoot elbow or whatever. You know, I'm a complete noob to this stuff, so I was always looking for a competitive first-person shooter comparative to Call of Duty. And then I came to realize that this game is a great multiplayer, you know, first-person shooter game. And when I first popped it in, these are my first impressions. When I first popped it in, man, the guns sound really good. Now you look at the reticle. The reticle is not centered in the screen. This is one of the best things that you'll see in a first-person shooter. When a reticle is not centered into the screen, that means you can't head glitch. So somebody has to come out and shoot you. Unlike in Call of Duty, the reticle is centered. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that the mini-map's in the lower left-hand corner, and it's so small and far away that you have to take your eyes off the center of the gameplay. So I wish there was just a game mode where they didn't have the mini-map, so it would be, you know, it would be equal to me as it is to others. Now, one thing is like you can crouch and you won't show up on the radar, and then you got this infrared thing, or this Prometheus vision, where it basically goes to black light tango down. I mean, I think there was a very first people who came up with this idea, like to see through things, and then you got jetpacks and stuff like that. Funny thing, he throws with his left hand and he shoots with the right. I don't know if Call of Duty does that. I don't know if Call of Duty throws grenades from the right. And then you see right here, you'll see you get these streaks and you can pick a weapon. So it's more based on gun-on-gun gameplay versus kill streaks. So you literally have to be good with your weapon. The one thing is that, you know, they got an energy suit and it takes about 4 or 5 shots, and it can be frustrating sometimes because people, you know, that are really been playing Halo for a long time and they've been really good, they know how many shots they can take, and then they'll go take cover and they'll just sit there and wait for you, and it's very frustrating when you want to just rush and kill, and it's a more team-oriented base game, which I really love. You know, I love the weapon, the BMR, the assault rifle, all the weapons in the game. I haven't had enough time. I've only played like 3 hours of multiplayer. I've played no single player, but just based on everything I've played, you know, I felt like I was, you know, starting to learn the game more and more. Right here, I had default on, and I had just switched over to fish sticks. So fish sticks setup is exactly like Call of Duty's, Black Ops, Call of Duty, you know, whatever you want to call it, Call of Duty setup. Now you get to pick different maps and whatnot. So there's a lot of different maps, and it's very, you know, high ground gameplay. It's just like any military shooter would be. Anybody who has high ground has the advantage, and that's really, if you take the fun factor of the game and you want a realistic shooter, that's, you know, this Halo 4 is probably the closest mixture that I can think of that comes to close to that situation. You know, if you wanted a fun game that was realistic and it was a video game still, this is the game for you. I highly recommend this game to you if you are a multiplayer first-person shooter enthusiast and you like first-person shooters. There is no doubt in my mind, if you are truly a first-person shooter guy who likes these type of games, you will love this game. In the past, I didn't like the Halo games for one reason or another, but this game it seems to me, you know, you have the elite waypoint thing where you can see all your stats. You can pick up different guns. I don't know how to use the different guns. Sometimes when I use my weapon, it'll center itself, which is weird because I'll be running and then I'll have my gun pointing down and then all of a sudden it'll center back up. And I don't know if that's a glitch with the SCUF controller, or is that something that's built into the game, or is that has to do with anything, you know, with the aiming system turning it on or off. I don't know. You know, I'm still learning, but I really love playing this game. To me, honestly, you know, if I were going to rank this, I would rank this comparative to a Call of Duty 4 type of excitement as far as, like, you know, the weapon sound, the way the weapons kill, the movement of the game, the fluidity, the way that you could switch between guns. Now, there are perks. Now, the one thing about it is it has the Call of Duty style of setups that you earn certain perks, and then you can have, I think, like 5 specific loadouts. Like you can have an assault rifle, a pistol, a grenade, and then like dexterity, and then something else like your armor rejuvenates faster, or jetpacks. These are all things that you can incorporate into your game depending on your skills. And as I was playing last night, I started getting better and better with my aiming. I turned down my sensitivity. You know, shooting off the hip is really good in this game. I really don't know the significance of aiming down the sights, maybe for very long distance. And that's another thing, coming from Call of Duty, you pretty much know the distance of the effectiveness of your weapons. Like right there, you see me, I'm hitting the fish stick, see the right analog button to get the elbow in, because I had it in default, and default was like the left bumper. So I was working on that and getting that all set up, and I really didn't know, you know, like, I don't really know the distances on the weapons like I do in Call of Duty. For me, it's all learning. Like, I don't know off the hip. Like, you could really kill somebody very far off the hip with assault rifles in this game comparative to Call of Duty. But in Call of Duty, you know, there's no shield, so they're going to die. And, you know, I think that's one of the differences. You know, people could say, oh, you know, Halo is very competitive. Yes, it is competitive, but, you know, Halo, I mean, Call of Duty has that little thing of ADSing that it means something. I mean, you seriously can't shoot off the hip like you could shoot off the hip in this game. So those are some of the advantages and disadvantages that I don't know about, and I'm still learning. But overall, you know, the multiplayer, I can say this, is that you could go buy this game, even if you get this game down the road with my first impressions, even if you got this game down the road, they're still gonna put you in games with people of your own rank. So let's say you got tired of Call of Duty and you're looking for something to fill that void of first-person shooter. This would be the game. Literally, if Call of Duty wasn't coming out, I wouldn't even care. I would just, you know, I like this game a lot. I love the multiplayer. I would love to play this game every single day. And with this amount of support that 343 is giving to it, and you know, and I hear the servers are going down. Here's another thing that people don't realize that haven't been around the Call of Duty franchise with Halo, is that Microsoft owns the servers for Xbox Live. And when Call of Duty 4 came out, there was tons and tons of problems because there was tons and tons of people that were on Halo, and they were fighting for bandwidth. So a lot of people don't remember back in the day, games were really laggy on Call of Duty. So, you know, I'm only going to say what I've experienced from the past is that, you know, when Black Ops 2 comes out and everybody has it and everybody's on Halo, I mean, that's a lot of bandwidth that's going to be on Microsoft. If they're having problems right now with servers going down for Halo, which is a good sign, that means a lot of people bought the game. And when Black Ops 2 comes out, man, there's going to be a lot of people competing for bandwidth. And it's a huge, huge thing for Xbox alone. I mean, when you not only have like a signature shooter like this one for Xbox, and then on top of that you have Call of Duty to follow it up, that's a huge 1-2 punch. And I mean, I'm so thankful. I cannot wait, you know, to be honest with you, to play more Halo. I know my game is Black Ops, Call of Duty, and I'm gonna play that, but you know, eventually it seems like to me Call of Duty dies out every year around January, February. I'll definitely be playing more of this. Or let me ask you, Do you think I should post one video of Halo a day and Black Ops and just post each one every day? You tell me. I would like to know, because I love both games. Well, I definitely love this game. I don't know about Black Ops 2 yet. But anyways, it's your boy Fist. Until next time, thanks. Peace. I'm out. Yay, yay.